Yeah, I know I look like Kimmy Gibbler. What are you gonna do about it? Make fun of me?
Nana, boo-boo, you look like poo-poo.
Well, it's too late. I already make fun of myself every day of my life. I'm not allowed to have a lot of cute hairstyles as a curly girl, at least not on my hair. Most of the women in my family, including my own mother, had straight hair, so just now at 30 years old, I'm just learning how to style my hair properly. Give me a Kit Kat with that break. Changed my mind. I'm gonna try a little bit of backlight today for this video. I forgot the most important part. My fermented tea. Remembered my coaster this time, so I won't steam my coffee table. Does this shirt even fit? Oh. Hey friends, welcome, or wait, did I say welcome back first, or did I just do a regular welcome? I don't know. Welcome or welcome back to The Book Diva. That's my channel, mine and mine only. So not too long ago, I think it was maybe February or something like that. I don't remember the exact date, of course. But I did a video called ChatGPT Serenades Me with Poetry or something like that. I'm sure that most people have used ChatGPT by this point. I use it a lot to help me with writing some stuff for work, but most of the time I just use it for fun, just to see what it could give me. But in the book world recently, I just now noticed how often I say the word recently. But I mean really recently. In the book world, there's been some new historical recounts of the very famous Emily Dickinson. If you don't know that much about Emily Dickinson, I don't really either. I just know she's had this reputation of being a reclusive writer, someone who had very little interaction with the outside world and just stayed in her room all day and wrote poetry and letters and stuff, which I can pretty much fully relate to the isolating part of her life, but not always the writing in my room part, because I don't always write, mostly just because I don't have time to these days. But one day when I'm a millionaire and my money works for me, I will have all the time in the world that I want to write. She got hot all of a sudden. There has been some reports in the world of literature that detail Emily Dickinson as not as much of a recluse as what was historically thought. I've read a couple of articles recently. I mean, I won't go too into detail about the articles themselves, but I'll link them below if you really do want to believe them and you don't trust my opinion, which why are you even here? Why are you in here if you don't trust my opinion? So you're just gonna have to trust me on this one. I'm telling the truth. Not only is she distantly related to Taylor Swift, she was a lot more like her distant relative Taylor Swift than we thought she was. That she was very active in her community politically. But really, how can we be sure if that was the real Emily Dickinson? Since we really can't take people's word for it, I've decided I'm gonna write my own biography of Emily Dickinson with the help of ChatGPT and come to our own conclusions. Well, I think it would be mine since I'm the one who's writing the biography. But anywho, not only can I not talk, but I also can't type. First things first, I'm the realist. The first thing we gotta know when we're writing a biography is when somebody was born. Okay, no. I take that back, I lied to you. Who was Emily Dickinson? We have to start with the who. Who, what, when, where, how. What's the acronym for that? QUA. I know who Emily Dickinson is, y'all, but ChatGPT might not. We're writing a biography here, we gotta get everything right. Emily Dickinson was an American poet who lived in the 19th century. She was born on December 10, 1830 in Amherst, Massachusetts, and died there. Well, that backs up her hermetic lifestyle. Dickinson is renowned for her unique poetic style characterized by its brevity, unconventional punctuation. What's unconventional punctuation? How is that different than the basic punctuation? Period, comma, exclamation point, semicolon. Alexa, what is unconventional punctuation? Girl, Did you not hear me? I've never heard of an exclamation point that's a cross between a question mark and an explanation and a exclamation point. And profound exploration of themes such as death, immortality, nature, and the human experience. Despite living a reclusive life and publishing only a few poems during her life, Dickinson's work has been widely recognized for its brilliance and has had a significant influence on American literature. That's like the quick, basic textbook rundown containing the info that most people are fed about Emily Dickinson. She lived on the East Coast, like her distant cousin, a tortured poet, a very famous tortured poet, and didn't leave the house, which, I mean, can you blame her? Can you blame her? The world is a very ugly place. But just thank God that I can get my groceries delivered now. Okay, so we got the who. What did she write? There we go. Emily Dickinson wrote over 1,800 poems, most of which were discovered and published posthumously. Oh, see, now I didn't know that. Like I said in the beginning of this video, I don't know much about Emily Dickinson, which is why we are going to chat GPT so that we can write her a biography. Sit your ass in the whole entire seat. Her work covers a wide range of themes, including nature, love, death, immortality, faith, and the human experience. Some of her most famous poems include Because I Could Not Stop for Death. Well, no, you can't stop for death, Em, because death stops at you. I heard a fly buzz when I died. Hope is the thing with feathers. Success is counted sweetest. I'm nobody, who are you? That sounds like the inner critic in me that won't leave me alone. Tell all the truth, but tell it slant. What does it mean to be slant? Is it half truth? Is that what it means to be slant? Let me ask her again. Hey Alexa, what does it mean for something to be slant? So it sounds like Miss Dickinson was saying, tell the truth, but don't, motherfucker. Lie to me to make me feel better about myself. Please, please. I don't want to self-reflect. Let me keep dancing in my denial. A bird came down the walk. There's a certain slant. Might as well call her Emily B. Slantin' Dickinson because this was clearly her favorite adjective. I dwell in possibility. Sometimes it's more fun to dwell in possibility. Sometimes reality is just not cute. And lastly, I taste a liquor never brewed. Got the what? So now we gotta find out when she died. Emily Dickinson died on May 15th, 1886 in Amherst, Massachusetts. She spent much of her life in relative seclusion and only a few of her poems were published during her lifetime. Didn't I read this already? I know I read something similar. However, after her death, her sister Lavinia, that sounds like a vampire villain name, discovered Dickinson's extensive collection of poetry and it was eventually published, leading to her posthumous fame as one of the most important American poets. Well, that was nice. That's a good sister. If little Miss Emily Dickinson was afraid of public recognition and her sister just could not stand the thought of having her beautiful works go unnoticed and waited till she had been unalived to put her hard work out there to be applauded and appreciated, then you would want Lavinia as your sister. Even though she is a vampire villain, she knows good work when she sees one and wants her sis to get her due. Good job, sister. We already know where she was born. I guess it told us for the triple 10th time that she was born and lived in Amherst, Massachusetts. So that's been covered already. What other where question could we ask ChatGPT? Oh, if it is up for debate that Emily Dickinson never left her house, maybe she wrote somewhere else beside her bedroom. Let's ask our friend here. Emily Dickinson wrote most of her poems in the privacy of her own home in Amherst, Massachusetts. Again, we got Amherst, Massachusetts. She lived in a large house called the Dickinson Homestead, which is probably most likely a historical museum today, where she spent much of her life. Dickinson's bedroom in particular served as her sanctuary and writing space. She was known for her reclusive lifestyle, rarely venturing out of her home and preferring to communicate through letters with a select group of friends and family. Dickinson's poems were often handwritten in small booklets known as fascicles or on loose sheets of paper. Either way, she wrote on them. These manuscripts were discovered after her death and have provided valuable insights into her creative process and poetic genius. Okay, well now, chatty chat, that's up for debate now. But I want to ask, that's the real question here. Was she as much of a recluse as she seemed? I mean, they don't recount her as agoraphobic. That's different than being a recluse. Emily Dickinson led a famously reclusive life and did not frequently leave her house in Amherst, Massachusetts. She preferred to stay home where she could focus on her writing and maintain a sense of privacy. While she did occasionally venture outside for short walks in her garden or visit nearby family members or friends, her excursions were infrequent. Yep, just as I had suspected, Dickinson's reclusiveness became a defining characteristic of her persona. Well, maybe that's exactly what this is a persona. Maybe she actually wasn't as reclusive as contemporary history says that she is, and they just crafted this shy, timid, but artistic girl that never left her house persona to either make her more interesting or possibly cover up some political beliefs she had if she was politically active in her community. Maybe she contributed quietly if that was the case. And she cultivated a rich inner life through her poetry and correspondence rather than extensive social interactions or travel. Oh my goodness. If she was as much of a recluse as contemporary history says that she is, she would have thrived in 2024. Amazon Prime and being able to get your groceries delivered. If she actually historically accurately was as much of a recluse as she's said to be, this would have been her time. So now let's go ahead and write our very own Emily Dickinson biography now that we have all the accurate information. Maybe Emily's haunting me. Maybe she's with us right now in spirit to help us write this biography of hers. We've got our biography. We've got our Emily Dickinson biography finished here. Emily Dickinson was a shy, introverted writer who was a 6'5" who mostly enjoyed her solitude, but occasionally enjoyed socializing in small groups that bound together through causes she felt near and dear to her heart. And that is my conclusion about Emily Dickinson. Because we can't really trust hearsay, we just gotta come to our own conclusions, and that is mine. I will be taking my Pulitzer Prize now. If you enjoyed this video, make sure that you leave a comment to let me know what you enjoyed and what maybe you would want to see here on the Book Diva from me. Do not leave. I see you about to click off. Don't leave yet. Don't leave without doing this one very important thing. Subscribe! Because you know what's gonna happen when I get 500 subscribers? Tell me. If you've been here before, you know, but you take a wild guess. What do you think is gonna happen when I get 500 subscribers? I'm gonna take all the books from my walk-in closet bookshelf that I read already, and I'm gonna pack them up and I'm gonna take them to a local nonprofit here in my hometown of Nashville, Tennessee. But I don't know which one yet because I gotta get 500 subscribers first, of course. So if you want that to happen sooner rather than later, you gotta do your part and pay it forward by clicking that subscribe button. That is so easy to do. All you have to do is just click that thingity thing, like bing, and it will notify you each and every time I upload to YouTube. Ain't that just so cool? Bet.